welcome back to my YouTube channel. Got a little bit of a stuffy nose, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. So I want to talk about my personality traits. Now, I know my personalities can get really weird. And this side of me, like, I got an extreme thing for being happy and loving people, and that's okay. Okay, I love people. I don't hate anybody. There is nobody in this world that I hate. Not even the devil. Okay. And so I want to tell you guys why I act the way I do and why I'm just so energetic and my personalities just change just like that. You know what I'm saying? So we look, I prayed about it and stuff, and I want to change my life, because I think I want to be more serious and I want to be loving and have happiness, but I want to be serious in school. I want to be serious in public because people look at me and I look like that I'm going to, and I look like I'm a clown. And sometimes in school, I make myself look like a retard. And, I make myself look like there's something wrong with me, even though there's not something wrong with me. And, the reason why I want to talk about my personality traits today, because some people actually believe that I act like that. Now, I do sometimes when I can't take my stomach. I got stomach pain really bad. Okay, and this really is not an excuse for it. But this is not an excuse at all. But I cannot deal with stress. Okay, I want to get that stress out. My body's like, okay, I want to get this stress out. Okay? And then I just release all my stress and I just act like I'm insane. Sometimes when I'm in school. Like I'm not like totally like insane, but because there is a time and a place for being funny like that. There's a time and a place. You can do it at your house, you can do it anywhere, but I wouldn't recommend doing it in public, like I have. But see, I have the mentality that I just don't care what people think about me, and I don't care what anybody thinks about me except for God. Okay, I care about what God thinks about me. And I don't care what people say. Like, they might say that I'm weird. Okay, everybody's weird. Okay, everybody's weird. Okay, my friends, no joke, all my friends are weird. Okay, all my friends are weird. I have 2 friends, and they're both weird. Okay, and I feel like I can be like that with them because it's normal for me, and I can do that around them, and they won't get annoyed, and they won't, because they're the exact same. They're kind of the exact same, because I can go from being serious to acting like a freaking Looney Tune. Okay, and I know what you guys are thinking, that I do actually act like that in public sometimes. But it's not as bad as how I act on YouTube, okay? Because I don't go to school looking like a freaking material girl, okay? I don't go to school acting like an animal. I go to school acting like a human. I go to school in a human brain, okay? And my human brain tells me what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right, okay? Now, okay, there's a time and a place for laughter and seriousness. Okay, there's a time and a place for that. Now, I can be serious anytime I want to, okay? Because that's normal. But being funny, there's a time and place for that, okay? Because I know one thing, and that is there's just way too much. People are judging me way too much based on how I act, how I look, what I do. You know, it's just really bad. I don't take anybody's judgments except for God, and I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. I lost all of that kind of stuff. Like everything that I think of, that comes to my mind, everything that I think of is just stupid. That because people say stupid things to me too. They'll ask me if I'm gay. They'll ask me all these things. Obviously, I'm not gay. I'm a Christian, not an idiot. And so everything has to do with my stress, all the things that I do. Because what I try to do is I try to get that stress out by lifting weights and exercising and doing all that kind of stuff, because I want my life to be healthy. I don't want to live my life through pain, through suffering, and I will anyways. It doesn't matter what I do. I will live my life through pain and suffering. And people that don't believe in pain and suffering, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you think there's no pain and there's no suffering, then you got another thing coming, because there is pain and suffering. And there a lot of times I think that people will judge me by what I do, and I'm okay with that, because I know the true judge is God, so I'm not worried about it. And yeah, my personalities are just the way I am. I'm gonna change my personalities though. This summer, I'm going to really change my personalities. Like, I'm gonna tell myself now there's a time and a place to be funny, and there's not. And I have to be serious, because I'm getting older now, and if I'm acting like a nut job in school, nobody's gonna like me, no, people will think I'm funny, but nobody's gonna like me. I mean, yeah, obviously I'm not like that in class. Like, I'm not gonna act like that in class. Like, I act like that at lunch and or whatever. But I don't act like that in classes. Like, I don't interrupt the teacher anymore. I don't do any of that crap. I don't make fun of the teachers. I don't say mean things to the teachers. I don't, all that elementary stuff that I had went away, because I'm older enough. I'm older than that. I'm 15 years old. I am 15 years old. I don't need to be acting like that. I don't need to be acting like I'm just gonna start interrupting the teachers as they're talking, because I want to listen. My grandpa told me when he was teaching me how to play guitar, he said, "Now pay the hell attention." I never paid attention. And what that did is that made me, every time somebody would tell me to pay attention, I wouldn't pay attention. My grandpa, it was my dad's dad. He would, honestly, if I wasn't paying attention, he'd hit me with something. And he'd grab a stick and get my attention. He'd grab one, like a thing on his side, and he wouldn't hit me hard with it. He wasn't abusive, but he'd hit me with it so I'd pay attention, because he wanted me to learn something. Because every time I go there, I'd be either sitting on my phone or doing something, and he'd be like, "Okay, Oh, I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to tie it. He was teaching me how to tie a shoe when I was younger. Okay? When I didn't know how to tie a shoe. He showed me how to do it. I didn't pay attention. I know how to tie a shoe now, but I didn't know how to tie a shoe then, and I didn't listen to him. I wish I did. I wish I listened to a lot of people that told me a lot of things, but I wasn't paying attention. That's just a personality habit that I had back then. That's just a personality habit that I had where I wouldn't pay attention. I'd interrupt people. I would do little things that little kids did that was really bad. And I've changed from that. I'm not like that no more. I'm glad that I'm not like that. Like, I'm not... like, I'd rather be funny than annoying. Because, okay... okay? You know what is really annoying to me? That I'm in high school now, okay? And there's still kids that interrupt the teacher, play freaking music while the teacher's talking, do a thing, interrupt the teacher, do whatever. They're still gonna do that. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, like, we're in high school. Like, you don't, like, why are you doing this? And that's my instinct, because I lost all my elementary crap. But let me tell you something. I got a text on my phone. But let me tell you something, okay? That it's really hard to deal with these personalities and try to stop the personality traits that I have, because it's not working. It's not working. I had to work and pray and ask God to let me stop doing that stuff. And I'm going to have to do it now. Okay, I'm going to have to pray and ask God, take the, I can be funny. Okay, I can be funny, but I'm not going to overly do it. Okay? Because I still want to be serious. I want to be respected, okay, from people. But I'm not going to be respected if obviously, I am a really nice person in school. I talk about God to people. I do things that are good for people. I help people. I do, there's not, I'm really good with people, okay? I really am. I'm really good with people. But if I am doing, if I'm doing something to annoy somebody, I'm doing something wrong, okay? But, I used to think, I don't care if I'm annoying somebody, okay? That's what I used to think. I didn't care if I was annoying somebody. I'd still do it. Oh, but as I'm getting older, when I have a girlfriend someday, she ain't gonna sit here and listen to me act like she's not gonna, obviously I'm not gonna act like that, because when I turn 18 or 16, I'm not gonna act like that, okay? Now, let me tell you something else. It's okay if I do that on here, okay? Because it's staged. It's how I want to make my YouTube channel. It's how I want to make it, okay? I don't give a cranny what people think, what I act like. I don't care. You think I really care about that? No, I don't. I'm not changing because people want me to change. I'm changing because I want to change. And let me tell you something. I don't give a cranny about anything anybody says. Okay? If they say, oh, I'm gay because I dress up like a girl. Do you know Eddie Murphy? Do you know Robin Williams? Or Tyler Perry? You know, Robin Williams played Mrs. Doubtfire in that movie. Robin Williams played Mrs. Doubtfire, and he dressed up as a woman in that movie to see his kids every day, because he didn't want to not see his kids. He did that so that he could see his kids, because they were divorced, right? The mom and the dad were, he was divorced from the, and, okay, because his wife was a nut job. His wife was totally out of her line, okay? And, or Eddie Murphy. Ever watched Norbit? Or Nutty Professor? He dressed up as a woman in Norbit. You know that big fat woman in Norbit? He dressed up like that. Or White Chicks. You ever seen that movie, White Chicks? There were two black men that dressed up as white chicks, as white girls. Okay? That's just how it is. People do that. People got decency, but they did that, they did that for undercover so that they weren't seen by people. But now, like RuPaul, okay? Yeah, that's bad. RuPaul's bad, okay? But I'm not going, I want to make people laugh, okay? That's my whole intention on it. But if people don't like it, I don't care. I really don't. You see, I have a low tolerance for people that are going to judge me. I don't care, okay? People want to judge me, they can judge me. I don't care. Just like if I judge people, I know that they're not going to care because God's the judge. If I know I judge people. I judge people a lot. I'm not going to lie. I judge people a lot. I don't really judge people very much anymore because I know that God's the judge and I pray about it. I don't judge as much as I used to. But everybody is judged in their life. Everybody is judged in their life. Okay? And I really wish that people would just acknowledge the fact that I am just who I am. But I can't do that. I can't make myself who I want to be. Because people think that I'm gay because I do that, or people think that there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't have autism. I'm not handicapped. Obviously I'm not handicapped. I'm not sitting in a freaking wheelchair. Or I don't use a freaking cane, or I don't use a walker, okay? But sorry. I really just wish that people would be more nice to me because I'm really nice to people, even though I treat people like garbage. I mean, sorry, that came out wrong. Even though I treat people with respect, people don't treat me with respect, okay? Some people don't. Some people do. My friends do. My friends treat me with respect. I treat them with respect, okay? But there's some people that don't treat me with respect, okay? My two friends, good people. Love them. Okay? Colin and Ida. Okay? They're good people. Right? They're good people. And I'm not going to change because they want me to change. Okay? They say, if they would say, I want you to change. No, I'm not going to do that. If God wants me to change, he'll change me. Okay? I will change on my own part. I will change. But I'm not going to change for anybody else. So yeah. I wouldn't change for my friends more, and I would not change for my mom and dad. If my mom told me to change, I wouldn't probably change. Because if the way I am, I want to, like I said, I want to change. Nobody's telling me to change. Nobody wants me to change. I'm just going to try to change my life. The lifestyle that I'm living. Okay, I'm living a good lifestyle. Bringing the Lord into people's lives. That's the best thing somebody could ever do. Is bringing the Lord into somebody's life. But if people don't like that, then I guess tough. I mean, people might not like the truth. That's life. Okay, that's life. That is life, ladies and gentlemen. That is life. That is life. That's life. It's a good song. Oh, my ear. I got a bad earache. Really bad on this ear. There's something wrong with this ear. It's been a pain in my ever since I was born. And, oh, my ear. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with this ear. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, that's my personality traits. I want to talk about my personality traits and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about it, and it's fine because I want to be who I want to be, but I also want to live through Jesus Christ, and I want to live the way that Jesus wants me to, not the way the world wants me to. And that's why I'm not changing for anybody, but for God. I'm gonna change for God, but I'm not gonna change for anybody else. Okay? Because those people are no saint themselves. I'm no saint myself. And yeah. So oh, I'm so tired. I didn't get to go to bed last night till 1 o'clock. So making this video, I didn't go to school today because I didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock because we were at Fargo until like 11:30, and then we went home and we got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And oh, I was so exhausted. Oh my gosh. I might sleep all day. I might lay down all day today probably because I'm not feeling good either. Like you can see how pale my face is. I'm not feeling good, so my face is really white. So and that's why my eyes look like they're just so tired, is because I'm not feeling good, and yeah, I am really tired because I only got like 8 hours of sleep and stuff like that. So, well, and I didn't go to school because I'm not feeling good today, and I didn't go to school yesterday either because I had a doctor's appointment. I was at Fargo, so oh my gosh. So yeah, and I didn't get to go to that doctor's appointment because they canceled on me. So we went to that doctor's appointment for no reason. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking tired. Well, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Sweet dreams and good sleep.